10 seconds remaining.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Wheel at Dota League 2017, first match of round 3. Tonight we have Defy Logic Gaming versus HaVarTee. Both teams are 2-0, so they're both undefeated at this moment, and only one can survive after this match. So with that being said, let's take it to the draft. Alright, HaVarTee have their first ban be Jakiro, one of those supports that have been highly contested during this tournament. And Logic Gaming comes back with the Marana ban. One of those hit or miss carries and roaming supports that can be used quite heavily in the game, especially with her ult making teams invisible. Could cause havoc in team fights if the enemy team doesn't have any vision to counter that. HaVarTee decided to ban out the Oracle as a second ban of the draft. Interesting ban, as we don't see many Oracles being played now, as it did get a slight nerf, and teams don't really like the synergy that it entails with Oracle's abilities. Logic Gaming, with their second ban, would be the Spirit Breaker, one of those bans that are pretty standard now in the first phase, as it does put a lot of pressure on lanes. HaVarTee, with their first pick, they do Earthshaker. Good opening pick. Many teams like this, as it can be played in offlane, can be a roaming support, and just all in all does lots of CC, as it does have lots of it in its toolkit. Logic Gaming rebuttals with a Viper pick. That mid laner that we saw lots of times that can just run over teams and just help their team in the mid game and set up good
10 seconds remaining.
Good
5 seconds remaining.
Good tempo control. Logic Gaming thinking about their second pick. I like to see something that doesn't give too much away from the draft, and will be a Dazzle. One of those defensive supports that can save heroes and do quite a bit of healing in team fights for that sustain after the fight they can push after, instead of just being forced back.
10 seconds remaining.
We wait for HaVarTee to pick their second hero of the draft. Let's see if it will be a support, as I suspect, not giving away anything in the draft, making it hard for teams to guess their next move, as if they want to do a team fight, pushing, just their overall strategy of the game.
Radiant team
and they
back.
will pick up the Lich, so they are going for a team fight kind of synergy that Lich and Earthshaker provide. Lich being something that overlooked in his toolkit is his Ice Armor, something that's really good to get against physical damage. That Lich Armor having to counteract the Dazzle Weave if it's used offensively, and his Sacrifice making these lanes favor HaVarTee in the early game, as it does cut experience that goes towards enemy. As we move into the second banning phase, Logic Gaming banning out the Sniper, something that many teams don't like to go against, as if he does get enough farm, he can stay way in the back if nothing can get on him and just cause havoc from the back lines and pick up these supports or do lots of damage over time with his shrapnel.
5 seconds remaining.
HaVarTee thinking about their second banning, as I would suspect they will try and ban out perhaps Faceless Void, something that can catch these supports out and stop the initiation from working. Perhaps a counter initiation Initiator
Radiant
as Tide
team ban.
or Centaur Warner. They actually do ban out the Drow. Drow strat here could really cripple HaVarTee, as it doesn't let their team come online enough for their teamfight ults and carries to do enough damage,
10
as a
seconds
Viper
remaining.
Dazzle combo can be pretty good. And plus the one more
5 seconds
tanky
remaining.
frontliner will be able to stomp over
Dire
these
team ban.
the Dire team's draft. Logic Gaming banning out the Invoker, one of those heroes that, if played by the right hands, can just solo disrupt a team fight and or win it
10
if
seconds remaining.
the player is skilled enough.
5
HaVarTee
seconds remaining.
think about their next ban. I suspect it will be along the lines of early pushing, as the Drow ban and Jakiro ban kind of gives away that they are susceptible
Radiant
to the
team pick.
push, and they do ban out the Venomancer, one of those carries that can just push a lane by himself and be pretty much secure with those wards, giving him vision and the ability to slow any chasing enemies towards him.
10 seconds
Logic Gaming
remaining.
looking for their third pick of the draft. This will show a
5
little bit
seconds
more
remaining.
of their draft, as they are probably going to pick a core here, perhaps off lane or even a roaming. So it will get a little bit of how their strategy should be for this game.
Dire team
And they will pick up the Ogre Magi. So two pretty good supports. Ogre Magi can roam, but he's more prominent in the zoning of the lane, as his Fire Blast and his effective HP will be
10
able to
seconds
help
remaining.
zone the offlaner out. With the Dazzle, these two can
5 seconds
make
remaining.
the lane pretty hard, but if they do choose to roam the Ogre
Radiant
Magi,
team pick.
it will be interesting laning stage. Juggernaut being picked up pretty early by HaVarTee, making sure they get that that magic immune carry that can spin off the
10 seconds remaining.
Dazzle, slow Viper Q,
5
and Ogre
seconds
Magi
remaining.
Fire Blast, Hard Knight. It's pretty good. Juggernaut, being one of those agility carries, will have lots of armor against this physical lineup of Viper. Lich adding to that armor. I like to see something being picked up to synergize with the teamfight. Juggernaut not being one of those carries that is good in teamfights early on. If a Battle Fury is picked up, does slow his progression of items, but does increase his farm and makes his ult a little more potent. Juggernaut's Healing Ward does help out in teamfights, given that AoE heal if not destroyed. So I like to see perhaps a mid that synergizes with the teamfight, an OD, someone that can go against Viper in the mid lane and not
Dire
lose,
team
a
pick.
TA. Logic Gaming picked up the Brewmaster. Actually, we haven't seen this hero picked yet. Really strong now with that guaranteed crit and AoE damage. If in the hands of a skilled player, his ultimate can take out one hero completely with the Tornado.
10 seconds remaining.
Purge something, perhaps a Dazzle Grave, Dazzle
5
ult
seconds
from
remaining.
someone, and Lich Armor, and stun a hero. So Brewmaster, given a lot of utility in the draft, will be the offlaner, I suspect, as carry Brewmaster. Many teams don't like to run that. HaVarTee picking up the Timbersaw, a good hero against the Viper, as he is able to Timber Chun away and slow these heroes. It's susceptible to the magic burst of the Dazzle Heal, Ogre Magi, and Brewmaster AoE.
10 seconds
So
remaining.
like to see how this plays out, if he's able to get his timings
5
and
seconds remaining.
some armor. he should be fine against this lineup. Perhaps an early BKB after his Bloodstone and Blade Mail will be able to probably take over the game after that point.
Dire team ban.
As we come up to the third banning phase, the last one of the game, Logic Gaming ban out that Ember Spirit. Don't want to play against one of those heroes like Can Magic Burst, the Dazzle, and if farmed enough, Viper.
10 seconds remaining.
HaVarTee looking at their last ban of the draft.
5 seconds
Really
remaining.
thinking of a carry is what they will need to ban out. In this draft, I like to think that they would ban out perhaps
Dire team
a range carry, something that can destroy these heroes from afar and not get stuck in the team fight ability of the Dire. HaVarTee will be able to
10 seconds remaining.
show their hand first, as Logic Gaming does get the last
5
pick.
seconds remaining.
28 seconds left, so they have plenty of time to find that perfect hero for them and make sure that the draft all comes together.
Radiant team
And they do end up picking the Death Prophet. So a good mid, team fight potential, can go against the Viper if played correctly. The spam of Death Prophet can hurt the Viper. Viper's corrosive skin does kind of negate that damage of the Death Prophet.
5 seconds
But I like to see how
remaining.
this lane plays out, as I know many of you, mid lane is the lane that I like to watch, as that usually sets a tempo and kind of finds who's going to be able to take the lead in the mid game. Logic Gaming not taking a lot of time to pick up their pick. They do the anti-mage. So HaVarTee does have some push with the Juggernaut and Death Prophet. They will need to push early. Logic Gaming, I like their odds if it's taken from late mid game to late, as this anti-mage can just take over games and push lanes by himself, as HaVarTee will have to try and group up. If not, they will be picked off. So I like Dire's draft. They do have a time frame that they do need to finish the game. Probably about 20-35 minutes is their window. They do need to at least take a Rax or two. If not, Logic Gaming will be able to out-carry them and just take over the game from there, as Viper, Anti-Mage, and Brewmaster can stack up against this Dire team if given enough time and items. Alright guys, as we come in, we're going to look at Uranium Heart on the Anti-Mage, the Banana Stand on the support
Prepare for battle.
Ogre Magi, 6 on the support Dazzle, Buck Foy on the mid Viper, and Mr. Blue 22 on the offlane Brewmaster. On the Dire side, we have Bullock on the Lich, Cicerin on the Earthshaker, Dreams on the carry Juggernaut, and Old Man on mid Death Prophet, and Lands on the offlane Timbersaw. Pretty standard lanes. Looks like they're doing a try lane up on the Dire side. Not sure if they're doing a duel yet on the offlane for the Radiant, as
30 seconds to battle.
Anti-Mage and Dazzle should be fine against the Timbersaw. Making sure no one Wards are being placed, making sure no one's trying to invade and place a ward. Standard things from both teams.
The battle begins.
Tis mine.
HaVarTee with that Orb of Venom will be able to help him harass this lane. Looks like they are doing a dual lane. With that Ignite and Orb of Venom plus his tankiness, he should be able to do quite a bit of damage to these heroes up here. It's Timbersaw. Pretty good creep block. Both creeps were the range creeps in front. So let's see who will get the Naya and who will... It will be the anti-mage coming up on top there. Trial lane events, dual lane, pretty tanky Radiant heroes. Pretty hard for them to kill, but they will be able to kill if mistake was made by the Radiant side. Doesn't look like Dazzle wants to harass. I would like to see teams utilize the levels of the Timbersaw. As he is low level, his reactive armor doesn't give a lot of potential to save him. So I like to see teams harass Timbersaw early, make sure he gets at late levels, and ensuring that he can't just stay in lane and not be punished. Top lane. HaVarTee taking low, does have 2 tangos plus clarity, so he will be fine with that 12 regen per second.
Dazzle.
I like to see these Chimans on the anti-mage.
Generation.
Look now, anti-mage leading blast hits, followed by a tied mid,
Yes.
and off lane is pretty close. Juggernaut getting decent farm, not much that this duo can do. Looks like they're trying to stay back and just play safe for now. Mid lane. Lich getting low. Is pulling aggro from the creeps. Let's see if something can happen here. Looks like Brewmaster's only level 1. Interesting for this kill. Looks like they will be able to turn on the Earth Shaker. Stun goes out on the Lich. One more right click will bring him down. Let's see if he is fast enough. Does pop the mango to ensure the slow. HaVarTee chasing. Not sure if he will. He does get the kill with the last tick damage by the Ignite. Good use of the mango to ensure he gets enough mana for the Ignite. So HaVarTee taking the first blood. And again, some nice gold benefit from that.
Dyer's
We'll be able
top
to
tower is under attack.
probably some boots to catch up to these slow supports, as Lich and Earthshaker aren't known for their speed. Mid lane, pretty close match, 15 to 17 of the Death Prophet. That corrosive skin, like to see more points in that actually, as it does reduce magic damage that Death Prophet spam does enable. Did get that earlier Ring of Aquila.
Invisibility.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
Anti-mage
attack.
getting a lot of last hits compared to this Juggernaut. Juggernaut should be able to last it better than the Anti-mage, as this Anti-mage is left by himself. Looks like Dazzle just stacking and putting some harass whenever he can. So pretty much just a solo Anti-mage gonna work top lane. Looks like they are trying to go on someone. Brewmaster slow on the Earthshaker. And it looks like they were just getting back. Slow on to the Juggernaut. Just some harass damage. We go for a 1-1-1 build. This Brewmaster having quite a bit of difficulty at this final. Viper having to, looks like, back out. They're grouping up to Shrine, looks like.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Maxing out the blink. Interesting build as he doesn't need a blink in laning stage that much. Not sure he went for the skill build. I would like to see more in mana break. Keep this Timbersaw from having any mana, and make sure he doesn't have any mana to run away if they try and blink on him. Glitch. And the ward. Looks like he's working on his tranquil boots. Juggernaut getting low, does have a healing ward, so he will be able to heal up. See if they're able to kill it. They will be able to kill it. And some more harass goes out on the Juggernaut. Regen room top, let's see who will prioritize that. Let's see if Death Prophet not having a bottle, it looks like she's going for her ring and phase boots instead of top lane, if I say that. Slow goes out on the Earthshaker. Just some harass. Trying to go on the Brewmaster, just a little too tanky for them right now. Looks like they're still trying to go on the Juggernaut, slowed off by him.
Dazzle.
Juggernaut with 29 last hits compared to the 40 of the Anti-Mage. Really good farm for this Anti-Mage. He will have an early, looks like he is getting treads and, instead of a fast Battle Fury. Interesting choice. As he is so far ahead, I would say he should get the Battle Fury as early as possible. Maybe he just feels so scared a bit if they try and gank him. Having the extra stats does help a bit.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Mid lane being pressured by the Viper. TP's for the mid lane. Earthshaker coming in. Let's see if he's trying to trap him on the high ground. Stun goes out, does trap him. He will have to walk around this. Let's see. Viper Strike on the Death Prophet, slow him down. One more nuke by the Death Prophet should bring him down, and will bring him down. Good rotation by the Earthshaker to ensure that kill on the Viper. So 1 for 1 right now. Less than 1k gold lead, so pretty much close together. Interesting build. A 4-0-4 build by the Death Prophet, skipping the Exorcism to get some more points in the Spirit Siphon. Top lane, spin goes out, heal bomb does hit.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Ignite, dazzle rotation. Ooh. Heal bomb. Looks like that crit by the Panda will bring out Earthshaker. Let's see if Ogre Magi is manning up to him. Another heal. Lich trying to body block. It looks like he will save his carry. Anti-Mage. Let's see, he's got his power treads, looking for that Battlefield now.
Mine.
Selfish.
Viper looks like he is working towards that Yasha into Suns. Will get the poor man's Scotty, as I like to say. Trying up. Looks like he is moving towards bottom to get a kill on this this Timber Saw. Level 7, so he isn't the easiest to kill. Doesn't have any mana, so he can't Temper Chain away if Viper Strike is used. Looks like he does spot this out. Trying to cut him off. Viper Strike should go out now. Slow down. Antimage doesn't get the thing. Good thinking by the Timber Saw to realize that mid was missing and he should get out. Really good instincts by him. Dazzle's left to defend mid lane. Top lane ping's going out. Looks like Viper TP'd.
Yes.
Maxing Bloodlust early. Spin goes out. Looks like a good, pretty good block by Earthshaker. Ult used by Juggernaut to get the kill on the Ogre. Viper in the trees. Viper Strike used. Doesn't have mana for spin. Juggernaut going down. Missed stun by Earthshaker. Right click goes out. Does hurt the Lich quite badly. Turning on the Earthshaker now. Mid lane does get a kill on, looks like the Brewmaster in mid. Let's see what is used there. Looks like Spirit's Life and a couple Crypt Storms and right clicks does bring him down. Antimage has his perfect perseverance on his way to the full Battle Fury. Top lane. Spin goes out by the Juggernaut on the Ogre. Viper hiding in the trees. Stun goes out on the Juggernaut. Ignite being used to slow. Let's see if you will try and bait. Looks like both just winning out. Not feeling it right now. Mid lane. Exorcism being used by Death Prophet. They do have to come and defend the tower. Looks like she was pushing in.
Dazzle.
Pretty content on farming as everyone just stays on their side. No smokes being used. No Viper Snowball. From what we saw in other games, this Viper can't get out of hand and just wreck games by himself. Looks like he is just content on farming. Not sure that's the best choice, but they do have the Anti-Mage on the team, so they're not on the clock. Dire, on the other hand, are the ones that should be the ones trying to push the issue.
Denied.
This Ignite spam is starting to do a lot of damage. A little chip damage here and there. Lich. Let's see if he will be able to get it. Counter goes out. Does give vision. Viper. And that last right click by the Panda will bring him down. Juggernaut seeing that will hide in the trees. Doesn't have a TP, so he is stuck there. Let's see if his teammates will respond. Earthshaker coming in. We'll be able to stun. Ignite goes out. Stun goes out on their ult used by Earthshaker. We'll bring him down. Panda ult used. Dazzle going low. Heal Bomb does go out. We'll be able to kill the Dazzle, but we'll go down in the end. So 2 for... Looks like that was a 3-for-1 trade. Really good trade by the Radiant.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's
Viper
top tower
TPing.
has
Looks like he
fallen.
is defending bottom. Looks like they are trying to defend bottom quite heavily as Death Prophet's in the neighborhood. Ignite goes out by the ogre, slowing down. Stun goes out by her. Looks like she will go down here. Let's say they are able to bring down the Lich. All going, bouncing, does kill the ogre, does kill the Dazzle. Viper getting the kill on the Timbersaw.
Yes, it does.
Pretty good ult by Lich, does bring down 2, but in the end, it was a 2 for a trade. 2 cores of Dire going down for the 2 supports of Logic Gaming. So a better trade by the Radiant. You can see the fight recap. It was about 1,000 gold lead. Top lane being pressured in by Juggernaut and Earthshaker. Earthshaker with those mana boots, not opting for the fast blink.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Looks like Ogre and Dazzle are walking up their TPs on cooldown.
Radiant's top tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified.
TP's coming out by the Viper. $2K gold lead for Logic Gaming at about 16 minutes. TP's come in by Juggernaut and Earthshaker. Looks like they're trying to press the issue down bottom, as I did see members TP top. Right click goes down. Only 2 supports, not sure what they're doing. Looks like they will both go down here. Throwing a bit. The gold lead does go back to basically 0 after those couple throws by the Radiant. They're going to get this tower, which will push them in the lead, I think. Still not in lead, but pretty close. Let's look at the net worth. Looks like the Viper and Death Prophet on top. Anti-Mage close third. Almost has his Valkyrie being flown out to him actually, so his farm should increase quite substantially.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Earthshaker. Slowed up by the Brewmaster, doesn't have a blink yet.
Dire's middle tower
Stun goes out by him. See if Brewmaster decides to chase. Not scared, he does have the ult available. Can be chain stun and killed. So, looks like he is trying to force a fight here. Stun still goes out by the Death Prophet on the Brewmaster. Ends up killing him with the stun by the Earthshaker. Viper taking quite a bit of damage. Slows going out by the Ignite. Top lane being pushed in by the Lich and Timbersaw.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Ogre Magi having to be forced back and defend. Viper still pretty weak after that fight. Let's see if this anti-mage can come back from his team throwing about 2k away. You know, they're a little overconfident after their initial start, throwing a couple kills that shouldn't be given away that easy.
Selfish.
Dire's giving a little shred of hope after that. Let's see if they can capitalize and try and recover. Looks like they are invading. Fuel Scepter up. See if they do get the silence. See if Juggernaut ult used. Stun does help. Looks like the Lich nuke will be able to kill the anti-mage off. Good rotations by the Dire to kill that anti-mage and stop him from farming a bit. Exorcism is up, so they will be able to push tier 2, force the issue, causing a 4v5 fight. Not something that that Radiant is in favor of right now. Brewmaster ult used. Not the best usage. Viper Strike being used on the Death Prophet. She's turning. Let's see if she will be able to kill. Does kill Lich ult bouncing between two, doing quite a bit of damage. Grave being used on the Viper to keep him alive. Anti-mage up now. One more shocker will be able to kill. Anti-mage does ult on the Timbersaw, bring him down. Members trying to retreat. Earthshaker has stun up soon. The crit will be able to kill him down. Actually, it's actually the Dazzle's right click, perhaps a heal bomb that does turn it. So now it's time for Dire to get a little overzealous in their confidence, start pushing the issue a little too fast, and does throw away a bit of gold. About a tie game again. Pretty much the same for the entire game. Brewmaster does have his blink, so initiation should be a bit better for the Radiant. Does have that Sans and Yasha. Not sure he's working on now.
Alms for the dead.
Dazzle. Working on the medallion. Earnest Shadows being worked on for the Ogre.
Mine.
Death Prophet finished up Yule's phase boots. Not sure why the ring's not on. And working towards the Rod of Atos. Good item at this right now. Juggernaut working on his Mantis style. Timbersaw still working on his Bloodstone. 21 minutes in, not the fastest timing, quite slow actually. Anti-mage working on his Mantis style now. Does have that Yasha complete. I'm a bit scared to go venturing out to his mid lane. No ward vision for the Radiant, so playing a little safe.
I'll take that as tribute.
Looks like Dire is grouping down bottom again. Exorcism used by Death Prophet. Looks like they're trying to siege this slowly. Looks like it will go down. Panda ult used. Let's see if they will follow up on this. Team going quite slow in. Lich looks like being killed off. Good Echo Slam by the Earthshaker. Almost brings down the Ogre. Grave being used. Looks like she will go down. Actually survives the Death Prophet. Stone going out by the Earthshaker. Juggernaut's ult used does kill off the Viper. Timber bringing down the Dazzle. They are looking to push high ground now. Anti-mage at that time was pushing mid. Did some quite bit of chip damage. It's like Dire team's trying to push the issue. Looks like it will be able to bring down the Panda. Buyback by the Panda. Anti-mage silence off, not sure if you... Looks like they will be able to kill him down. Good grade by the Dazzle to save him. Looks like Timbersaw will go down for this. 15 Bloodstone charges lost. Actually, Timber turns away at the last moment. Both TPing. Let's see if they will be able to kill him down. They do get out. So both the members of the Dire do get out after that. Not sure if Timbersaw would survive. He ended up surviving with his regen by that reactive armor.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
It's a good fight by the Dire. Didn't manage to take down the tower, but did force back a buyback by the Brewmaster. Anti-Mage in the meantime did do some chip damage in mid tower, as much as he could do, but I like the Dire team's pushing the issue did make sure that this Radiant team is staying in control. Stun out by... Look, they are trying to stunlock him. Does Timber Chain away. Looks like he will go down here. Shipblood. And he does Bloodstone Suicide. Top lane. Death Prophet trying to push in this. Viper Strike being used on Death Prophet. Death Prophet looks like she is trying to heal through this with the use of the Yule Scepter. These two members don't want to try and get in the mix. See if she pushes the issue and tries to take the tower. Brewmaster going down in the mid lane. Looks like it was a double kill for the Dire team. Tower goes down up top. Anti-Mage pushing. Does have his Master Style complete, so he will start to push these lanes. Looks like he is working towards his Bastion now. And Abyssal Blade. His Dire team needs to keep doing what they're doing and make sure that this Radiant team doesn't feel comfortable and is pushed back to the base.
Haste.
Anti-Mage starting to lead the net worth as his Battlefield just catapults him in the GPM. Juggernaut still working. His Master Style complete is working towards a Refusal Blade. I'd like to see a Basher picked up by him to stun lock these heroes before they're able to blink or cast abilities. Looks like lines being drawn. Death Prophet finished out that Relevatos working on Assault Kuros is one of those siege items that is useful for her. Juggernaut spinning away. Blink away by the Anti-Mage. See what Dire team wants to do next. Anti-Mage actually going for a BKB. Doesn't like the magic damage that's coming out for the team.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
So they're grouping up top, trying to push in. Anti-Mage trying to cut the wave. SAV is trying to rat.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Exorcism and Master Style used.
Radiant structures
Glyph used by the Radiant.
Dire's bottom tower.
Rod of Atus used. Looks like Ogre will go down here. Brewmaster's ult used. Viper being caught out. Looks like he will go down. Viper Strike used. Will go down here. Tower still alive. Dazzle Beam. Looks like look, he will die here. Grave used just to stop time.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Exorcism over, looks like. So they are still trying to bring this tower down. Looks like Earthshaker does go down. Death Prophet still working on that. That Assault Kuros. Anti-Mage. Almost there to the BKB, about 1300
Dire's
left.
middle tower is under attack.
Actually 1000 left. So they're trying to find someone in the trees. Blink on cooldown in 5 seconds. Well, one right click will stop it. Nuke by. Like, they have no stun, so he will be able to TP away.
Illusion.
Mine.
Diffusal Blade almost finished for the Juggernaut. Anti-Mage hitting quite fast and hard. It's starting to become a problem. Dire needs to push the issue a bit as the gold lead is starting to swing towards the favor of gaming. They do need to group up and try and push some barracks as their window is almost over. I said 35 minutes and it still holds true right now, I think. So they do need to try and push this show, at least get one lane of racks. Makes it hard for the Anti-Mage to counter push. Brewmaster. Trying to go on the Lich. Does have 4 staff. He'll be fine. Rod of A2 has been picked up also. Juggernaut finished his defusal. Top lane. Let's see if they can catch the Brewmaster. Stun goes out. Rod of A2 goes out. Brewmaster silence! Let's see if they can kill him before he... One more right click should bring him down. Radiant team. Trying to catch the stragglers. Timber chain. He will go down. See if they are going to take Roche or try and push the mid lane in. 2 members down, no buybacks. They don't know that, but let's see if they are trying to push the issue. They're not taking Roche while they push out mid. Anti-Mage. Still pushing. Does have his BK beam flowing out to him. Taking Roche kind of slow, not much damage. Looks like this will be a free Roche. Members not in the area. TP's coming out. Don't think they suspect it. But they do, and they just don't want to fight. Double damage room bottom. Stun goes out, catches the dazzle. Looks like he will go down. TPing out. Water Pages will not stop TPs. Mr. Root, not a stun. Top lane. Anti-Mage starting to do his rat thing. And TPing out. I'd like to see him TP top lane. Not sure he went to the jungle. Anti-Mage worked on that Basher now. Juggernaut also worked on the Basher, both almost complete. Net worth. Anti-Mage is about 5k ahead of the net worth of the Juggernaut. Looks like a team fight going on. BKB used by the Anti-Mage. Grave also used. Let's see if they will be able to kill. Death Prophet going down. Juggernaut. BKB finished for Viper. Lich used his ult already. Looks like he will go down here. Then we're trying to keep people alive. Looks like Juggernaut will go down. Aegis popped. Gust spin. TP. Cooldown. 1 second. Stunned out by the Earthshaker. Block the path. Timbersaw going down. So the fight recap. Let's take the last one. So it looks like it was a Logic Gaming only losing the Anti-Mage. Lich, Timbersaw, Death Prophet going down for the Dire. It's a little swing. 1k gold lead by Logic Gaming now. I think that's close. Almost 2k was given up earlier. Almost the biggest lead of the game. That was a good fight before die. They were able to burst Anti-Mage, but I think he got off his ult and did massive damage to the AoE of the Dire. That damage was enough for his team to clean up after. If they were able to burst him a bit faster, I think they would have took that fight a little easier. As Death Prophet was doing lots of damage and she did go down. Viper. Trying to use his Viper Strike. Wasn't able to before Glitch. Forced afterward. Brewmaster coming in. Did have his Vlad's complete, working on a BKB. Ogre Magi working on a pipe. Spin TP up. Don't like this this area. They knew they were coming from.
Yes.
All 5 down here for the Radiant. And the Dire split up a bit, trying to push in lanes. Looks like they're trying to push this top lane. Ogre Magi being sent up top to defend. Has his buddy Dazzle in the area.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Bottom lane. Anti-Mage looks like he's being stun locked. Will be able to bring down. Let's see if they're able to kill off this this Brewmaster. Stun gun by the Brewmaster. Looks like they're chase him. Is magic immune. See if he will blink up after this. Ooh! Chakram does make him able. Rod silence up. Looks like they are able to bring him down. Little chip damage does cost 2 heroes. Looks like they are trying to push after this. Does give them an opening too. Dire's grouping, trying to take advantage of these 2 heroes being down. They do have buyback. Let's see if they try and force this out. Peen's going out, trying to kill this ward up here. Juggernaut coming in. See if they push the issue. Brewmaster up in 14, Anti-Mage up in 5. Exorcism used. Let's see if they try and slow siege this. Poison. Looks like tower will go down here. Viper Stock being used on the Juggernaut. Double shotgun being casted. Anti-Mage trying to BKB used. Looks like ult used. Let's see if they're able to bring him down. Does blink away. Lich ult coming in. Viper trying to bring down the good Echo Slam by him. Does stun lock. Death Prophet does survive. One more Q by the Timber, so it does bring down the Dazzle. Brewmaster trying to run away. Does get stun lock. Does go down. It's a 4-for-0 trade. Buyback by the Viper. Panda does have buyback, doesn't have ult though. Anti-Mage still alive, doesn't have his ult. Anti-Mage being forced back. They need to take something here. They're working on the melee back, Darks. They are going. Viper Stock used on the Death Prophet, Force Staff and Fissure used. They're getting back. That was a good fight for them. Cost gaining 2 buybacks. Melee Rex taken for that. 8k gold lead after that. Great money by them. This is the biggest lead of the game right now. Let's see if they are trying to catch this. Anti-Mage. It's stun locked. BKB being forced. Ult by him does bring down the Earthshaker. Timber Saw. Timber Train away. Rod of H is being used. Let's see if they're able to bring him down. Lich Ult being casted. Does bounce. Rod of H is being used by the Death Prophet. Silenced up. Timber Saw going down. Juggernaut. Spinning. Let's see what's going on. They're just going in one by one. Juggernaut trying to run now. Anti-Mage comes back in. Slows up. Brewmaster slow. Looks like he will go down here. Drew a 4k gold lead right there. They only have 4k left. Buyback by the Death Prophet does bring the gold lead to 2k only. A little bit of a throw by them. Death Prophet silenced now. They're trying to go for 2 lanes of racks here. Juggernaut down for 50. Lich 36. Earthshaker will be up now. Looks like there will need 2 lanes of racks for this. Going on Death Prophet. BKB used by the Anti-Mage. Earthshaker, ult, cash on 1. Stun lock. AM will bring him down. That's a dieback by the Death Prophet. Timber going down again. Fissure. Does end up killing the Panda. Only thing saving Mega Creeps is a tier 2 up top. It's a big throw by them. That's almost a 12k gold throw change in about 4 minutes time. Dire team got a little overconfident, ended up losing 2 lanes of racks and throwing away quite a bit of gold.
Dire's bottom shrine has fallen.
Anti-Mage.
Radiant's top tower is
23k.
under attack.
Okay. Pushing up top. This HaVarTee. Let's see what they need to calm down, try and think about their fights better. Did walk in 1 by 1 in that fight in mid, and just ended up costing them 2 lanes of racks for nothing. They should have just left one of them to die. Look at Anti-Mage finished up his Abyssal. 3.6k left in his bank. Roshan up. Cheese available. Does get spotted out by the Juggernaut Illusion.
'Tis mine.
So they're trying to set up a fight there. He's going out. Only 3 members here. 2 members trying to walk in. Death Prophet in the way back. Anti-Mage blinking forward. TP spin out. Does Abyssal. Does pierce BKB, but doesn't want to go forward. Let's get some fail.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
We'll be able to take this through
Dire's
backdoor
top tower
protection.
has fallen.
Last lane of racks, keeping Mega Creeps out. Creeps already in their base, looks like, almost. This needs to be a great fight for him. Almost bursted AM before he got his BKB. He does blink away. It looks like Earthshaker will go down. X isn't being used. Panda ult. Lich ult bouncing back and forth. AM blinking in does kill off the Death Prophet. Grave being used. Juggernaut being brought back, I think. Trying to search for someone. Fight recap. Jug did in fight. Die and bought back. 2 members of gaming going down. 3 members of HaVarTee trying to save those racks. Scotty being worked on for the image. Timbersaw. Troll posting charges. Working on a Lotus Orb, I believe.
Haste.
Affirmation. Roshan. Double damage rune, actually. I don't think he saw that. He actually did see that. It is past 40 minutes, so both rune spots will spawn a rune. Pretty hard game for Dire right now. After throwing that lead they had, ended up giving like 2 lanes of racks. They did have this game pretty much set, but some misplays did cost them a bit. See if they can try and come back from this. Looks like they are smoking. Timbersaw missing the smoke. Oh, Sneak Roach. King's coming up, I believe. Let's see if they want to fight this. Viper. Assault Kuros finished. Does go down. Cheese coming with it. Looks they are trying to go for that damage. Smoking up, seeing if they can catch him out. If they get this kill, it will be big. Death Prophet is pushing, trying to take out those illusions. As the rest of the team trying to get Antimage. Antimage does see him, TP's out, and goes away. Earthshaking rod in the neighborhood to Division or TP cancel.
Just a touch. Yes.
Anti-Mage almost doubling the net worth of the closest Dire team. Another smoke off. Try and catch one of these Hail Mary kills to try and get a lane of racks or 2. They do see this Panda.
Radiant are scanning.
Radiant scanning does catch up this Dire smoke.
Tower is under attack.
Death Buff will down buff is casting any spells. Big Echo Slam by the Earthshaker to try and help. He just being popped. No boy back for the Death Prophet. AM killing Timbersaw. Witch Shot going, bouncing back. Okay. AM is dominating right now. We'll be 5 members down plus Aegis. This should be GG is called. Good fight by the Radiant to get the win. They are 3-0, the only undefeated team left. HaVarTee dropping down to 2-1. Almost had it. A couple of misplays by them did cost them the game, but in the end, both good plays by teams. Both great teams. I love watching these two. Logic Game coming up as a victor here. HaVarTee could still end up in a good spot for the tournament bracket. Well, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. This has been Anarchy. bringing you the We Like Dota League 2017 tournament. And don't forget to stop by the Discord, talk to us, and till then, bye-bye.